Gemini, and welcome to your May 2018 General Tarot reading. So I do my love readings separately. They'll be up next week, hopefully. Although, Gemini, I can see the love energy here, okay? So I'll do this general reading and I'll do your love reading specifically next week. So you've got 2 additional guidance cards which actually describe the whole reading to me, okay? First one is breathe, okay? So you might be pushed to your edge, Gemini, okay? So when we get pushed to our edge, we have 2 choices. We completely go with the experience and we just go. We go forward, we embrace, we let it transform us, or we pull back into a constrictive, tense energy. So we either meet what's happening to us or we withdraw. Both of them lead to completely different outcomes, okay? Because we all have free will. But what I'd like you to do, Gemini, is to go with this experience, because you've also got milk and honey, and at a soul level, you've got my favourite card, Ace of Cups, okay? It doesn't get any better. I mean, it just doesn't, because love is the whole fabric of the universe, and this is what's going on for you right at the core of your being. This is either a new love, it's an existing love, but what it is just love, okay? Now love, as most of you know who get private readings from me, love burns us as well as transforms us. Love is one of the hardest life paths to follow. But let's look at what the rest of the cards are saying, okay? Because you start, interesting combination of cards, the King of Swords with the 2 of Cups. So as you know, this is the air element, but I'm not picking it up that way, Gemini. You know what I'm picking up? Because the 2 of Cups is a bit love, it's a soulmate energy. There might be, Gemini, a little bit of blocking going on here, okay? Because I find the King of Swords is one of my least favourite relational cards, not because I don't love this guy, but I'm looking at the rest of your cards and I'm wondering if there's a slight, either you or someone else is being a little bit of withholding. Because sometimes that King of Swords, I mean, he's one of my favourite kings. I love this guy. But he's got a shadow side. And in his shadow side, he tries to see the world through logic and reason. And love demands that we embrace a different energy. It asks us to trust. And this King of Swords doesn't always like that because he's a master of his mind. He can be a little bit of a withholder, okay? I don't know why. I wouldn't always read those cards that way, but that was an impression I got. And when we get the Ace of Cups at a soul level, sometimes its shadow side is because we're being asked to move through our limitations to embrace that Ace of Cups. So even though it's one of my favourite cards, its challenge side can be, oh my God, this is crap. Oh my God, this is painful. You have to let it burn, Gemini, or you don't get that Ace of Cups. So I know what I would choose, okay? So, what you most want is a 9 of Cups, okay? Pleasure, you know, pleasure, love, that emotional sharing. Oh, you've got your cup and you're so full that all you want to do is be in that exchange energy. Give of yourself, share of your emotional happiness, okay? Again, it's the wish fulfilling tree. The wish fulfilling tree it's an energy where we work with in order to create our desires. But Gemini, be careful for what you ask for, okay, when you get this card. Now, what is supporting you this month is the Six of Pentacles. So there's a conversation that needs to be had. The Six of all the Pentacle cards rule authenticity, being genuine, because there's something that needs to be brought back to balance here. Because if you look, the scales are out of balance, and this guy is trying to get the scales balanced out. I find this generally represents straightforward, genuine communication. So these scales can be brought back into harmony. I adore this card, and why I adore it is because it's so raw and it's so real. And the truth will set you free, Gemini. Okay? Now, your challenge is the Ten of Swords. Interesting card. I'm going to clarify it. In its positive side, it's no longer being controlled by the stories in your mind. You know, that relentless type. That relentless looking back at the past. The relentless what will happen in the future. So in that sense, the Ten of Swords is one of the most amazing cards. In its negative side, you might feel you've had enough, okay? You know, you've reached that point of no return. I don't think it's going to stay that way, but it might play out a little bit for you. So I want to know what the Ten of Swords is with the Crossroads card. It's like, oh my gosh, shall I go right? Shall I go left? It's the stories in our mind that keep us trapped. Because there's this current of life, Gemini, and it's the current of life you need to unite with. Very, very powerful. Guys, what's coming through for you. That's probably why you've got the Breathe card. It's that sense of there's this beautiful current of life, and we're either in it or we're this frenzied mess, trying to control it, trying to dominate it, trying to cut our feelings off, or we just go, right, this is where this current is taking me, and I'm going to flow with it because it's going to the milk and honey. In your relationship, you've got the Six of Wands, there's a victory, there's success here, overcoming difficulty. So you broke through the 5 and you've got to the 6. I love it. I'll do the relationship reading separately. Work and money, you've got the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is walking right into the Ace of Cups. Wow. So some of you might have some sort of love that's tied up with money, tied up with your work. Maybe some of you work with a partnership. But the Ace of Cups is someone, she's got a golden gown, okay? So in the story of the tarot, that means the 5 of Cups has been worked through. I mean, we always go back and forward, okay? But there's been a lot of transformation here. And your cup is pretty much golden. So either someone's coming to you, Gemini, or you're going to them. And at a soul level, the Ace of Cups has been born, because the Aces are all about potential. They're these opportunities that come our way, and what we do with them is what dictates our future, because we are the co-creators of our life, okay? Because every day opportunities come our way, and the reason why we don't see them is because of the stories in our head that keep us trapped, that keep us locked, and that keep us small. We all have the choice to stand up and own our greatness, or retreat into a sense of smallness. I know which one that I would choose, okay? Because your outcome is the 2 of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify that. So again, there's a sense of having to juggle. The 2 of Pentacles tends to represent having to let go of one of the pentacles you're holding on to in order to create a new life with that one pentacle that's still in your hand. So this might be about work. I'm getting it's a bit more of a relationship theme though. But some of you, it might all be intermingled, so love and your finances might be very connected, okay? Because that Two of Pentacles afterwards is the Hierophant, which is that earthy, stable Taurus card. So both are very sort of not similar, because the Two of Pentacles represents having, you're holding on to two things. It's a sort of either or energy, and one of these pentacles needs to be released. So you can create this Hierophant energy, this stability, and it also means to your own self be true. Because with it, I just turned around, is a Knight of Cups. So someone has overcome some difficulties. This knight has been in a battle, because essentially, Gemini, we're all in a battle, okay? It's generally between holding on or letting go, fear versus faith. This knight has overcome some fears, and he's coming forward because he's won the prize. I'm really not sure where this is all going for you, Gemini, to tell you the truth. It's the King of Cups has appeared as well. So it's some sort of emotional victory, okay? And it's based on stability and security, but it's a little bit of a unclear outcome. And it's probably because you've got a couple of twos. There's definitely a sense you're in your own Gemini energy of the oppositions, the twins, and the only way to work with that is to try and embrace that Ace of Cups. Try and embrace love. I have got no other word to use here. And I know it's easier said than done, Gemini. I go into constriction, or I'm involved with someone who does, which leaves us all in a spin, unable to express ourselves, unable to move forward. And that might be what's going on for some of you. There's a partnership issue, and there's a little bit of someone freezing it out a little bit. Because but this is the melting, this is the softening, because water overcomes stone, but it takes time and it takes patience. And I'm sorry I can't give you a clear-cut outcome here, because I'm finding with a lot of my readings, the end of May is moving early June to a very potent transformative time. When Uranus changes signs, there's a lot of whoosh, there's going to be a tower for all of us, an awakening. And maybe that's why there's not a clear-cut outcome having here, Gemini. But check out the love readings. You can get me directly. My email's in the About section for a private reading. I love your month. I think it's deep. I think it's transformative. You are in your Gemini energy, but you're used to that, guys, a lot more than I am. So you can teach me, but breathe, keep going forward, keep trusting. Thy will be done. Keep trusting, keep breathing, and keep walking. Bye, Gemini. See you soon. Bye.